What's up, folks? If this is your first time stopping by, my name is Bicasso. This is my 2018 Indian Scout Bobber, and today we're going to be doing the 500-mile oil change on it. Now, I bought this bike a couple weeks ago, and now I'm at the point where it's time to do the oil change, and I decided to do the oil change myself rather than take it into the dealer to get it done. Now, the oil that I'm using is from the Indian motorcycle kit, so it's genuine Indian Scout products. Now this kit I got this kit off of Amazon instead of getting it from the dealer. The dealer wanted, I think, around 110 bucks. I got this kit for 70 bucks. So here we are, we're about to change the oil, and we're about to go ahead and get this service out the way so we can finally ride this bike in the way that it was meant to be ridden. So first off, we got to go ahead and warm the bike up. Now I could just warm the bike up for 5 minutes, but that wouldn't be fun. So I'm about to go ahead and hop on the bike, ride a little bit, not too long, and go ahead and get everything cycled through. So when I come to change the oil, everything comes out like silky smooth, honest churn butter. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, the bike is warmed up, and now we can proceed with draining the oil and everything. Now, according to the Indian's directions, we need to level the bike off. So basically, that means put it to where the bike is sitting in an upright fashion, as if you were riding a motorcycle, and that allows all of the oil to drain out that needs to be drained. So once we do that, we're going to go ahead and take the 2 drain plugs off, drain the oil out, and then we're going to put the new crush washers on, which I will show you guys, and then we're going to change the oil filter. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and level the bike off. Now, the bike is leveled off. If you were to look at it, the bike looks pretty much as if it were in a riding position. Now, the 2 drain plugs that we have, we got 2 drain plugs. We got this one, and we got this one. Those are 2, this one and that one. So we're going to take these 2 off. You see that little silver, that little bronze right there? That's going to be the crush washer, which they provide to you in the kit. You're going to change these out once you take the drain plugs off, and there's one also on that one. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Alright, I already got this one off right there. You see that? That's the first one. And the second one, sticking the Allen key in, and I'm getting a wrench. And I'm using the wrench as leverage. And that breaks it off. So now these are both to the point where I can hand turn them off. Now I'm going to get my oil pan catch, and we're going to drop the oil. There's the oil. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, this is actually pretty clean. So, you know, I didn't beat it up too hard. And there's the rest of the oil. This one looks clean too. We're going to go ahead and apply the new crush washer like I did to that one. Then we're going to go ahead and clean up the bottom of the bike where the oil's been dripping, and we're going to put these back on and head to the oil filter. Now, the oil filter. Right there. That is the oil filter. So now I'm going to try to get this off. Hopefully I can get it off by hand. If not, I'm probably going to have to take this off. That should allow me to get access to it if I need to put a wrench or something on it. But hopefully I can hand turn it. Alright, I can't hand turn that, so what I'm going to have to do, this is going to have to come off. See that one bolt? And this should give me direct access to the oil filter. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, now that I got this piece off, you should be able to see directly to the oil filter. So if you got an oil filter socket, if you have an oil filter socket attachment, you can put that on, and it should be easier to get off now. Wow, it would be slipping. Alright, so I'm having issues with my oil filter slipping, my oil filter wrench slipping off. So what I decided to do is put an oil shot rag inside of it so that allows me to get more grip. And hopefully it doesn't slip off this time. Of course not. Alright y'all, after some tug and war with this thing, I finally got the right oil filter wrench from AutoZone, which fits on this oil filter, which fits on the one that's on the bike. So the ones that I had just kept slipping, so I went ahead and got the correct one from AutoZone. I think this one was like 10 bucks, but I got the oil filter off, and now we can see down here what it looks like. So we finally got it off. Took me long enough, but it's off, and now we're going to apply this back on here. Also, I forgot to mention that I did take the horn off. This is the horn. I took the horn off. One screw. It has one screw right here. Oh, and one more thing. I thought I was gonna have to take this off, then have to take this off. This is just the radiator cover, one screw. I took that off because I was trying a extension to get out here to get the socket to turn this, and I ended up not needing it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put some oil around this lightly, just a little bit of oil, and it keeps this seal from seizing. This is, of course, going by the manual of Indian also. All right, folks, so we're about to put this back on. There we go. Now it's going on. And once it gets tight, I will not be using anything to physically tighten this thing other than my hand. And that's a done deal, folks. So like I said, I'm about to put this back on. One screw here, one screw right here to put the horn back on, and then we're gonna go ahead and drop the oil in. Now that we've drained the oil and we've changed the oil filter out, now it's time to actually put the oil in the bike. And the dipstick is right here on the right side where we actually put the oil into the bike. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, according to the Indian service manual, we're gonna be dropping 3 quarts of oil in here. 3 to 4 actually, and then we're gonna start the bike up for 30 seconds. Being that my bike's been sitting for a little bit longer, I'm gonna start it up for give or take 3 minutes, maybe 3 to 5. And then after the bike is warmed up and this oil is settled, we're gonna pour the rest in and hopefully get this to the exact level that it needs to be. Alright folks, it's been about 2 minutes. We're gonna check, woo, that is hot. I'm gonna check this dipstick to see where we're sitting at. And this specific stick, you gotta tighten it to check it. Oh, that's not hot at all actually, wow. And it's telling me I gotta add. Yeah, Indian, you didn't make this easy. I'm gonna add about a half. Alright, so I'm assuming in between those lines, like I said, I'm right here at the full mark. Right there. That's showing me that I got a good oil change done. So we are gonna leave it at that. And that lets me know that the oil change was done properly. Now I must say, Indian, you did not make this dipstick easy at all. This dipstick is, it's not that it's hard to read. Well, yeah, it is hard to read. That's exactly what it is. This dipstick is very hard to read. It's cheap looking, and y'all could have done better than that. Y'all could have done better. All right, so the oil change on the Indian is complete. Got a perfect oil change, showing exactly where it needs to be showing as far as like on the dipstick. It's showing perfectly. Now the one thing that might be a gotcha for people that are doing this is that dipstick is pretty hard to read. And also that oil filter, if you can't get to it, you're gonna have to get an oil filter wrench, the proper one to get it on. If not, you're gonna risk rounding the oil filter off. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So I hope this video was helpful to somebody that owns a Scout or somebody looking to get a Scout. This took me longer than it should have, but this was my first time changing the oil on this bike, and I want to make sure that I did it right and by the book. But like I said, other than the dipstick being kind of hard to read, like I said, the dipstick is right there. This right here is not hot. I had the bike warmed up. This is not hot at all. That is scorching hot. That's scorching hot right there. But other than that, this is a pretty straightforward oil change. But like I said, it's just a few little nicks here that kind of frustrated me, but just take your time with it and you should be okay. But other than that, the Indian is complete with its 500-mile service, and now I can go ahead and start modding it and riding it like I stole it, like I've been wanting to do for a long time. Also, if you guys got any questions or anything about this oil change that I can hopefully answer, please let me know in the comments, and I will be glad to help you guys or give you some kind of direction towards where you need to go. Now, like I said, I put 3 quarts in the bike. I ended up putting probably about 3.5 in there once I started up and finally checked the oil level. Ideally, this oil change should only take you about, honestly, if you run into no issues and you have everything you need right there, it shouldn't take you no more than 30 minutes to do this oil change. If that, you really could do it in 20 if you had the bike lifted up. But I showed you guys that you can do this without the bike being lifted up and sitting on the side stand. So the biggest thing, like I said, is getting to that oil filter, which you might have to take the horn off, which is just 1 screw. and you know, you can get your oil wrench on there and do what you need to do. So like I said, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.